I was 32 when my younger sister took the man I thought I was going to marry. People like to imagine betrayals happen in one dramatic moment. Mine happened quietly, a few canceled dinners, a few unexplained weekends. Then a conversation that ended with my fiancé admitting he had fallen in love with someone else, that someone else was my sister. Within a year, they were married. For a long time, I believed I had lost everything at once. The relationship, my family, and the future I had carefully imagined. My mother never openly defended what had happened. She kept asking me to forgive because families survive these things. Some families do. Ours only learned how to pretend. Over the next 6 years, I stopped attending holidays. I changed jobs, moved to another city, and slowly built a quieter life. Therapy helped more than pride ever could. I stopped measuring myself against the life my sister displayed online: luxury vacations, charity galas, a mansion that seemed to appear in every photograph. At 38, I wasn't trying to prove anything anymore. Then my mother died. The funeral brought everyone back into the same room for the first time in years. I arrived early, hoping grief would be enough to keep old arguments buried. I was wrong. My sister entered the chapel wearing an expensive black dress, a flawless diamond ring catching the afternoon light. My former fiancé walked beside her with practiced confidence. People noticed them before they noticed the casket. She approached me after the service began, offering the kind of smile that never reached her eyes. "I'm sorry about Mom," she said softly. For a moment I believed she meant it, then she glanced at my left hand. "Poor you," she whispered. "Still alone at 38. I got the man, the money, and the mansion." The words landed with surprising softness. Not because they didn't hurt, because they sounded old, like an argument I had already finished having with myself years before. I looked at her for a second, then toward the entrance. "I don't think you've met my husband yet," she frowned. "Husband?" I lifted a hand. A man crossed the room with calm, unhurried steps. Daniel wasn't flashy. His suit was simple, his expression was gentle, especially in a place meant for mourning rather than introductions. He took my hand naturally, as though he had done it 1,000 times. "I've heard a lot about you," he said politely to my sister. She stared without speaking. The color slowly disappeared from her face, not because Daniel was wealthier than her husband, not because he was famous, but because she knew exactly who he was. Years earlier, after my engagement collapsed, Daniel had been the senior attorney who helped me untangle shared property agreements and protect my financial interests. During those difficult months, he treated me with a level of respect I had almost forgotten existed. Nothing romantic happened then. Life simply moved forward. Years later, after a chance meeting at a community fundraiser, we started over as strangers instead of rescuers and victims. We built something steady, private, real. There was nothing left to compare. Before anyone could say another word, the funeral director quietly approached us. "I'm sorry to interrupt," she said. "The family attorney is ready to read your mother's final letter before everyone leaves." The room gradually settled. The attorney unfolded a handwritten page. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about the house. My mother's final message was painfully honest. She admitted that keeping peace had often meant avoiding difficult truths. She apologized for believing silence could heal wounds created by favoritism. She wrote that love should never have required one daughter to disappear so the other could remain comfortable. No inheritance could repair that. But hearing those words spoken publicly removed something I had carried for years. No one argued, no one defended themselves, there was only silence. When the reading ended, people began leaving in small groups. My sister remained near the front pew, staring at the folded letter in the attorney's hands. For the first time since I'd known her, she seemed less interested in being admired than in understanding what could never be undone. Daniel gently squeezed my hand. "Ready?" he asked. I nodded. Outside, the afternoon air felt strangely light. I hadn't won anything that day. My mother was still gone and my family was still complicated. The past hadn't been rewritten, but neither had it followed me into the future. 6 years earlier, I believed sister had taken my life, standing beside the man who knew every broken chapter before loving me anyway. I finally understood the truth. She had only taken the life that was never meant to be mine.